Do you know there was a time when BBL, or if you are a woman with a lot of fats in your intimate zone, you'll be so ashamed of yourself? Hey there, a lady in a bid to acquire the new beauty standard lost her life. Do you know there was a time when BBL, or if you are a woman with a lot of fats in your intimate zone, you'll be so ashamed of yourself? I remember while I was growing up, I was on the big side and I developed almost everything. That's when you see me, you would think I was an adult. The kind of clothing my mother was buying for me just to be able to make me look like a child, so that people will know that this person is actually a child. I started, wanting to reduce my size. I started reducing food, reducing my food and rejecting food, just in a bid to, reduce those excess weight I was having on my intimate zone. I could remember there was a time I could wear like 5 singlets on my chest just to press it down. And I was wearing printing skirts on my waist just to avoid my buttocks from protruding. Now times has changed. Women now go about to acquire those things in a bid to acquire the new beauty standard. Do you know there was a time that if you are fat, it was like a sign of affluence? Now the time of Agbani Derego came and people started preaching lekba, lekba, lekba. Everybody wanted to be slim. Now it is having big buttocks and big bust that is the new beauty trend. And a lot of women, they are going about it the wrong way. I will say it is low self-esteem that will make a woman want to recreate herself in a way that is like dangerous. That the chances are like 50-50. Mostly, especially when this thing has no advantage to you, like intellectual advantage that will enable you to affect other people. Like a thing that other people can learn from. So going the extra mile is like putting your life at risk. Just take a look at this beautiful girl who has a lot to offer. The world is just before her. But in a bid to acquire the new beauty standard, to please people, mostly the male folk, and also maybe our fellow gender, to say, oh, this lady, she has shape, she has this, she has that. She's gone. You see life? You see life. Now I want to tell you this. Anything that you want to acquire that does not like intellectually, like it's not a human resources that people can benefit from. It's not something that you can use to affect the world in a positive way. I don't think such thing should like be put into consideration. Dear young girls, please be contented. If you think you want to go the extra mile, walk it out. No pain, no gain. Look at this video. It is a pity, my people. I think I've said enough.
Listen. Reports at about 11:40 hours, her driver reported at Maroko Division that on Monday at about 3 p.m., his employer, Mrs. Abiola, who lives at Diamond East in Mejuleki, had asked him to drive her to the clinic for a BBL injection. According to the driver, on arrival, Someone whom he thought was a nurse was instructed by the owner of the clinic, one Idarabasi, to inject his madam with a BBL injection. And immediately after his boss was injected, she started gasping for breath and became unconscious. However, information has revealed that the girl who injected her was not a nurse, but rather a cleaner at the plaza named Abigail Napon, whom the owner of the clinic had put a call to help open her clinic and inject the client. The victim, Mrs. Alero Abiola, was said to have been rushed to a hospital also located at Lekki, where she was confirmed dead.
Hey!
A team of detectives regathered visited the hospital where the body was inspected and evacuated to the morgue for autopsy. The cleaner who injected her has been arrested to help the police with further investigations. Meanwhile, Dr. Idara Basi, who instructed the cleaner to give late Mrs. Abiola the Brazilian butt enlargement injection, is said to be on the run.